Good evening, Your Worship and Council. My name is Susan Lowe, and I'm a resident and a property owner in Esquimalt. Thank you for asking for public input on the rezoning of McLoughlin Point. So, to my understanding, rezoning occurs when a proposed land use offers social, economic, and environmental benefits that clearly outweigh the negative impacts of the proposed land use. Developers offer amenities, but they must still meet community standards for land use. Imagine for a moment we were here to discuss a condo tower being built in the middle of Rock Heights. There would be less hyperbole, but there would be equal concern. I have reviewed the rezoning application thoroughly, and I have reflected on the official community plan for Esquimalt. It is my opinion that this proposed use of the parcel of land in question on McLoughlin Point does not meet the standards and guidelines set out in the official community plan. The proposed amenities package of $13 million, depending upon whether they build all of it, it sounds great, but after the Esquimalt community pays their $54 million share of capital construction costs and then pays approximately $1.2 million a year conservatively in operating costs, we're still left with a significant community deficit. And we've lost a key potential revenue-generating waterfront property. The proposed use of McLoughlin Point shows that the parcels of land will be dominated by a single industrial use, which, despite the CRD's best efforts at applying lipstick, will be a deterrent for residents and visitors. Let's face it, nobody will be coming to McLoughlin Point to walk their dog. Nobody will be taking romantic strolls along the path beside the sewage treatment plant. Nobody will be getting engaged beside the Cetera plant. Nobody will want a home nearby. The site will be lost for any future potential use that combines better economic, social, and environmental outcomes. And this will negatively impact not just McLoughlin Point itself, but the surrounding neighborhoods. I appreciate the nod to science and education in having an interpretive center added to the site, but having lived with a sewage treatment engineer for approximately 20 years of my young life, I can tell you we never once visited a sewage treatment plant for science reasons. So if you vote no on this amendment, it is expected that the CRD will attempt to overrule Esquimalt's zoning decision, and there will be a fight, and we as a community may lose, or not. By turning down this amendment, we may buy more months, during which there may be a municipal election, which will give the people of this region, and I particularly think about Victoria and Saanich, the opportunity to elect councillors with a different viewpoint on this project. By this time next year, we could be building towards a much different sewage treatment solution for the CRD, with better value for all of our communities. So if you do pass this rezoning this month, you'll put the nail in the community's coffin for sure. The CRD will have the shovel in the ground on this travesty by summer. All of the effort put in by Esquimalt staff, by council members, and by residents will be in vain for sure. The last brake person will have jumped off the runaway train. Voting against this rezoning presents certain risks, and you could be overruled, but voting for it will present a certain, significant, and permanent loss to our community. I urge you, initially, if you can, to vote no on this rezoning. If you are concerned, I urge you to table this rezoning until the broader uncertainties around this site use are addressed. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your courage.